Success is something you cannot own. It is something that you must earn every single day. You can only rent success, and the rent is due every single day.
If you are playing for a mission, for a purpose, for something way, way, way bigger than yourself, you will be more successful that way. And you will be more fulfilled that way. Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. It was number 899, last week's Q&A from our live podcast. How do I know if my goals are big enough? Today, for episode number 900, another milestone has been crossed. The number one thing we've learned from 900 episodes. So if you've been listening to us for any amount of time, we tend to do a recap, or we tend to talk about some of the most impactful things that we have learned every 100 episodes or so. But this one is, from my perspective, the most important. And this is the reason why. If I was watching us right now, there is a good chance that I would assume we have it all figured out, or something miraculous must have happened for us to get to where we are. And that just really isn't the truth. I'm on podcasts very often, and I'm super grateful, and shout out to Laura, because Laura has been crushing it and booking those, and I appreciate that very much. And when I'm on podcasts, at this point, people do their research and they have nice things to say about Alan and I, which is great. But I tend to stick after, and the podcast hosts often ask me questions. They say, how did you grow your show? How do I make money? What am I doing right? How was the interview? All those things. And I can tell 99 times out of 100 whether there is a podcaster that will win or that podcaster will lose. And it usually has to do with how quickly they take advice and then put it into practice. So the number one thing I myself have learned from 900 episodes and being on other shows and interviews and speeches and coaching calls is your success must be non-negotiable. We didn't succeed because we had it all figured out. We didn't succeed because we got lucky. We didn't succeed in getting to 900 episodes because we knew somebody, because we networked. We succeeded in getting here because there was no other available option. That's something I used to say early in the journey, Alan. I'm sure you remember that. There's no other available option. We've recorded in hotel rooms and other people's houses and bedrooms and basements and all over the place. We've uploaded episodes from airports, from cars, again, all over the place. We've done quite literally whatever it took to get to where we are today. And it's one of those things where if you're out there, and maybe you've said this, maybe you've heard somebody say this, they say, oh, I hope I make it. I hope it'll all work out. That's not how you succeed. You do not succeed by hoping it will all work out. Hope is not a plan. It's not a sustainable business plan. It's not a sustainable anything. You can't imagine if you've gotten a relationship and you said, well, I hope it works out. Is it a non-negotiable that that relationship is going to succeed? If it's a non-negotiable, you're willing to do way more than you would if you just said, I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. I hope for the best. Again, I'm a podcast coach. We are 900 episodes in, so I talk to podcasters more than anybody else at this point, which I'm very, very grateful for. But the questions and the goals that people are setting are, well, I just want to get to 50 episodes. I want to get to 1,000 listens. Your success is not non-negotiable. Like, your success is, well, I hope I get there. And if that's your case, if you're out there right now watching or listening, this is very heart-driven, but also very no BS, you won't win that way. Alan and I have seen so many people come and go, whether it's in business, whether it's in coaching, whether it's in podcasting, whether it's in speaking. Honestly, most of our past mentors, masterminds, they're not with us anymore because for them, it wasn't as non-negotiable. And that is the only reason we're where we are today. Every single day, the goal is to make sure we're doing this, staying committed to this, getting better at this. And if you're out there, I want this to be the kick in the butt of imagine yourself not negotiating with your goals anymore. I know you want to go out with your friends. I know you do. But are you giving up potential impact, potential mastery, potential money, potential growth of what you're building? Yeah, there's a time and a place for that, but it has to be a non-negotiable. This has to come first in your life. Now, your relationships are obviously super important, and those are a priority as well, but this has to be a non-negotiable. And I'm sure you've heard so many people say that in motivational videos and all that, but that is the secret. It's not about trying to figure it out. It's about staying in the pool long enough to learn how to swim. We did not have all this figured out. We really didn't. So use this as the kick in the butt for you to get after it, for you to stop making the excuses, not taking the easy road out. Don't get distracted by stuff that doesn't matter, and check in with your commitment to what you're really going after. When you started this, why did you start? And was it a non-negotiable, or did you just start this because you felt like it? This is heart-driven, but no BS. It's a little hardcore for episode 900, but I want you to win, and I think this is what it takes to win.
If you were coaching Kev on episode 1, and Kevin is interviewing Kevin now on episode 1. So Kevin 5 years ago, episode 1 of the Hyperconscious podcast, is interviewing this Kevin now and says, what is the most important thing if I want to maximize my potential and succeed at the highest levels? What would you say?
Oh, man. I would probably say set a goal bigger than you that you don't really think you can accomplish. Like, set something so wild that you'll spend your entire life chasing it. I really do, and that's something you taught me early on, but I've seen so many people who are like, yeah, I'm doing it because I want to see where it goes. Or I'm doing it because I want to see what happens. I hope it'll work out. And it's just, I'll give it a year. Like, imagine if you got into a relationship and you said, I'll give it a year and see what happens. Your relationship's not going to succeed. It's just not going to. And your business, your podcast, your whatever you're doing, your clients, all that stuff, like, you have to make this the main thing. It has to be, there can't be a way out. There can't be a way out. But everybody online makes it look so easy, and they make it look so fun, and they make it look like there's no risk, and they make it look like you can just do whatever you want. It's not true. It's just not true. Alan and I have seen behind the scenes. That was my part 2, Alan. If I was going to do 2 parts, it would be, 1 is your success must be a non-negotiable. 2, nobody is nearly as successful as you think. And if they are, they're successful in one arena, and behind the scenes, there's a bunch of other stuff going on that you don't know. I have talked to so many people who coach people how to make money who don't have any money. Happens all the time. It happens all the time. So that's my number 2. Don't be fired up.
So success is a lot like buying a mansion. Bear with me on this analogy. You buy a mansion, and let's say it's a $3 million mansion on the water. It's unbelievable. It's your dream home. So you achieved your dream, so to speak. But if you don't take care of this mansion every single day, the basement starts to rot. The roof starts to leak. The shrubs and the bushes and the landscaping starts to get overwhelming to the house. The siding starts to erode from the ocean wind. You still have to pay a mortgage every single month. So I'll never forget when I heard that success is something you cannot own. It is something that you must earn every single day. You can only rent success, and the rent is due every single day. If Kevin and I were to stop podcasting now, the momentum we've built for the last 5 years would start to erode. And so people have this misbelief, this misunderstanding that once they get there, then they'll be happy. Once they get there, then they'll be fulfilled. Fulfillment is a consistent and sustainable incremental journey of growth, contribution, and improving the quality of your life. This is not my opinion. So I'm going to read you the stats. This is 900 episodes. What is the number one thing that Kevin and I have learned from 900 episodes? Kevin's, he just told you. Here's mine. We've gone to 17 and or co-hosted 17 networking events. Co-hosted 3. We've gone to an additional 14. I personally have done 1,090 hour-long coaching calls. I personally have done 895 team huddles with the NLU team that are all at least a half an hour, usually far more than that because I often go over the hour. I have done 1,050 podcasts between being interviewed on other shows and our show. I have also completed 197 speeches. And I've also done 486 mastermind sessions with a group of individuals and or a mentor talking about business and life and health and wealth and love. All different backgrounds, all over the world, all different countries, all different industries, all different economies, all different currencies, all different everything, all different cultures. And I can tell you the one thing I've learned from 900 episodes, the one thing that I've learned is that there is no one on earth who does not struggle with staying focused, who does not struggle with staying consistent, who does not struggle with self-discipline. You are not the only one who has trouble eating healthy. You are not the only one who has trouble getting wealthy. You are not the only one who has trouble getting up early. You are not the only one who struggles with self-discipline. You are not the only one who has bad days. You are not the only one who doesn't want to go to the gym, and you are not the only one who doesn't like kale. Everyone, whether they admit it to themselves or not, loves donuts. Everyone. Everyone, whether they admit it or not, dislikes kale. I want to give everyone who's listening or viewing this a gift. I'm telling you, this is not my opinion. This is from experience with thousands of people all over the world from all different countries and backgrounds and industries and genetics and ethnicities and cultures. Here's what I'm telling you. No one has self-discipline in every area. No one. Here's what some people do differently that maybe you're not doing. Most people have a lot of self-discipline in a specific area. So a lot of people that are very wealthy have a lot of self-discipline with money. A lot of people that are in very, very good shape have a lot of self-discipline with health and fitness. A lot of people who are incredible in their intimate relationship have a lot of self-discipline in their intimate relationship and in their relationships, friends, family, colleagues, mentors, mentees, clients, customers, all that. Almost no one, as a matter of fact, no one I've ever met, other than maybe Emilia and Kevin, have self-discipline in health, in wealth, and in love. I have met people that are wealthy that are not healthy. I have met people that are healthy that are not wealthy. I've met people that are healthy and wealthy, but their relationships are suffering.
Hello, this is Dr. Tarryn MacCarthy, and we are well into 2022. And maybe you are not willing to have a repeat of the last 2 years. Or perhaps you've had an inkling for quite some time that you are destined for something greater than what you're experiencing in your reality right now. Maybe it's your business or your work, and you know that there's greater value and impact that you can have in your community. Or maybe it's love and connection that's been eluding you. Or perhaps it's your health and wellness, and you know that you can feel better, do better than this. Well, join us at Next Level Live, March 26th, a full-day immersion with experts in their fields to help guide you on how to bring your life to the next level. Looking forward to seeing you there.
It is unreasonably challenging to be holistically self-improved. And if you're listening and watching this show, you want to be fulfilled on a holistic level. The number one thing we've learned from 900 episodes is that you cannot do everything all at once. You cannot be disciplined in every area all the time, but you can get 1% better every single day. That one core belief, that one fundamental principle that you'll never really arrive, but you will always get better is what we live and breathe by every second of every day. You brush your teeth every day, you can listen to NLU and get 1% better every day in the 3 areas of life that matter: health, wealth, and love. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. Wealth, how much money you make. Do you enjoy the way in which you make that money? Is it increasing or decreasing over time? And where do you do with your investments? Where do you spend it? And then love, friends, family, colleagues, intimate relationships, all of the above. Health, wealth, and love is what we were not taught in school, but desperately need to improve in. You can get 1% better every single day in the areas of life that matter. You cannot have an overnight success. It isn't real. It never will be. It never has been. And if it was a statistical anomaly that doesn't happen and can't be replicated. We've learned from thousands of hours with people all over the world, coaching, speaking, training, consulting, all of it. There is no such thing as overnight success, but there is such thing as incremental, compounded improvements daily, which is why we do an episode a day.
Alan, what's your number 2? Your number 2 thing?
Same as you. Everyone struggles with self-discipline, but no one wants you to know that. I'll give one tangible example. Thank you for asking, Kev. Every single person I've ever met has 3 versions of themselves. And the extent to which they are self-developed is the extent to these 3 versions being the same. If you're out there listening or watching, you have 3 versions of yourself. You have who you actually are when no one's watching, in reality, the truth. You have who you think you are, who you believe you are, which is your perception of self, your relationship with self, your identity. And then you have who you want others to believe you are. And self-improvement is making those 3 the same person. I want to be, and I aspire to be, like Kevin does, the same person when no one's watching as when everyone's watching. And that is a lifelong journey. And I'm telling you, the people online in the digital world, whether they admit it or not, they are all trying to look better than they really are. No one's Instagram profile or Facebook profile or LinkedIn profile or website is the truth, or the whole truth, I should say. The Instagram profile is what others want you to see, and I promise you their real life is not as good as that, including Kevin and I's. But I think we do this more authentically than almost anyone. So At least that's what we aspire to.
I was, this will be a number 3 for me, and I'll just tell a quick story. So number 3 for me is your mission. If you are mission driven, you will accomplish more than anybody who isn't. And more sustainably, more intentionally, with more fulfillment, with more opportunity. I don't want to say with more ease, but it will be easier because you'll be more in alignment. I was on a podcast recently, and it was really good. It was a really good podcast. I don't take anything away from this person, but at the end, and Alan, you get this, I'm sure, this person said, "Hey, do you have a couple minutes to stick around? I'd love to talk about some potential collaborations." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll stick around. I'll see what we got." And I said to this person, I said, I mean this with all the love and the respect and the least amount of ego possible. I'm not interested in networking. I'm not playing this to network. He said, "Well, you go on shows to get clients, right?" And I said, "Going on shows helps me get clients that are podcasters, yes, but impact." I said, "You got to understand, when I go on a show, if I say something that moves somebody, they might come listen to us. Impact first, impact. If I was only looking for clients, I wouldn't go on a show that has 5 episodes with somebody who is a college student. It wouldn't make sense. It's about impact." And at the end of this interview, this person said, "Oh, this for me is networking first, impact second." Totally fine. Totally fine. But that's why you're asking me to collaborate, because that's not what I'm here for. I am here to make a difference. I said, "Listen, I'm trying to be the best in the world at this. I'm not trying to network. I don't want affiliates. I don't want any of that garbage. I want to do the work and I want to have the impact. That is what I'm playing for. I am playing for a purpose. I don't want the short dollar. That's not what I'm playing for." Now, this person's doing really well and they're a great interview and they seem like a very, very good human being, and nothing against them for wanting to take a different path. That's totally fine, but we will win more. I know we will. I know we will. And that might sound like it has a hint of ego. I hope it doesn't come off that way, but I also know what Alan and I are doing behind the scenes. We have given up opportunity for more aligned opportunity down the road. We have made terrible financial decisions because it was more in alignment with ourselves, with our characters, with whatever we felt, with our feelings, with our core values, our core beliefs, our core aspirations. So understand that if you are playing for a mission, for a purpose, for something way, way, way bigger than yourself, you will be more successful that way. And you will be more fulfilled that way. More importantly, you will be more successful holistically. And I think that's what everybody wants at the end of the day anyway.
Fire episode, Kev. Very last thing I'll say here too. One more gift for everyone who has listened and viewed. Thank you so much for making this journey so magnificent and helping us have a bigger impact. And if you're out there listening, we don't want to just lead you. We want to lead leaders. And you're a leader too. And you can have a tremendous impact beyond yourself. And we hope that you lean into that because that's how this world is going to change. One other thing that I learned from 900 episodes is that everyone thinks they're right. And that's kind of why they're not. Let me explain. People who think life is only about grinding versus people who think life is only about enjoying. And there's a whole spectrum in between. Life is like a rainbow. There is a formula that I think is optimal for each of us as unique individuals. And I do believe that fulfillment is a byproduct of living in your calling, like Kevin and I try to help you do every single time we jump on this mic. Here's the three main facets, the formula for everyone, but the intensity and the frequency of each of these changes for each of us. Number one, I don't care who you are or what your background is or what your culture is or what country you came from or if you're male or female, this is everyone. If you maximize your own unique potential, it will fulfill you. If you use that potential to contribute to the world in a deeply meaningful, positive way, that will also fulfill you. If you are intelligent in the way in which you improve the quality of your own life and the quality of your family's life in a way that's unique to you, that will also fulfill you. And those are the three: health, wealth, and love, maximizing your own unique potential, your greatest level of contribution, and your own unique quality of life. From everyone I've ever studied, ever met, ever coached, ever masterminded with, ever been a mentor or a mentee, every single one of us should be optimizing for those three things, in my opinion. And again, I don't think that's my opinion. I think that's the way the human condition works. I do not wish for you to have an easy life. I wish for you to have a deeply meaningful, purposeful, challenging, growth-oriented life of contribution and an increase in the quality of it. And if that's your paradigm and that's where you're living from, no, you're not going to end up in some land of amazingness that there's no challenges or no heartache and no pain. But what I will tell you is that if you're optimizing for those things, you will have a deeply meaningful, wonderful, fulfilled life, more so than if you weren't.
Next Level Nation, this was one of my favorite episodes for sure. I'm very much looking forward to episode 1000 because I'm sure that's going to be wild. If this episode impacted you, please, if you haven't yet, leave us a review on the platform that you are listening to this on. We want to really continue to get those ratings and reviews up so when people come across the show, they see, oh, wow, it has X amount of reviews. It must be a good show. And our goal is to help as many people as possible. So that goes hand in hand with the amount of impact we want to have. Also, one of the things that I have learned from 900 episodes is your success, your fulfillment, your career, where you end up in life is going to depend heavily on the people that you surround yourself with and what you're talking about. And a lot of people don't have people in their lives who are into self-improvement, into growth, into getting to the next level, into having deep conversations, into vulnerability, into eliminating the ego. Our event, Next Level Live, March 26th, is all about this. And this room is going to have awesome people in there. It's interesting because, yeah, what you're going to learn is going to change your life. But for many people, just being in a room that is vibing at that level, that has these conversations, that unlocks the ability to be yourself, maybe for the first time in your life, that is just as, if not more valuable than something you're going to learn from somebody on stage. $97, March 26th, Worcester, Massachusetts, 4 speakers, half a day. We are very, very excited. Everything you need to know is in the show notes below.
All right, imagine this. It's last night, and Kevin and I are on a Zoom with 10 other individuals, and it's a private session, and everybody's engaged, and that we have pictures that we're showing, and we're talking about greatness by design to a group that named themselves Legacy by Design. And we get off of it, and it was super powerful, super intense. I think I was pretty red-faced for the whole thing, and it was a deep, deep, deep dive in how to design your life to be the greatest version of yourself. Not just saying it because it's fun to say, but really engineering and designing your life in a way that allows you to grow to your maximum potential. And then I get off of it, and Kevin sends me an audio, and he says, honestly, man, I think that was the best we've ever done. That was incredibly valuable. I feel like we're really leaning into who we are. Strong work. That's what group coaching is like. And then on top of that, I send everything in the WhatsApp group, and we interact, and then everybody's interacting about what they learned in the session. That's what group coaching is like. If you feel alone, you feel misunderstood, you feel like you're on this growth journey by yourself and you're in lonely land, wondering if you're going to make it out, tempted to go back to old world, Group 6 will help you just charge forward with a group of other individuals that also want to get to the next level and who are investing in themselves. We have a payment plan. It's only $75 a month for 6 months. Join Group 6. We start on April 19th, and I promise you, you will not regret it.
Next Level Nation tomorrow for episode number 901, Strategy Saturday. Change is hard, and here is why. As always, big shout out to you, our amazing community, because we could not do this if people, we could do it if people weren't listening. We did that for a fair amount of time, but I know we have a lot of new members of the community. Again, we have a private Facebook group if you're looking to get into that. And I know we have so many things going on, but no matter where you are in your journey, there is a place for you, whether it's the Facebook group or the monthly meetups or whatever it is, the live podcast. The reason we have so many things is because we want to help people at each different stage of the journey. So make sure you join whatever it is for you, whatever feels right, whatever is just outside of your comfort zone, whatever you can afford, whatever it may be. We're grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Please reach out.